Hey guys and girls, White Ninja out here, bringing you Diablo 3 today, bringing my sort of a twist on the Fire Mage, I suppose. Now, I know I've not been around for a long time. I have been sorting out life issues, I suppose. Not long graduating my first year, so I need to obviously keep that in mind. So today I thought I'd just bring you this build that I'm sort of working on. It's not perfect yet by any means. But it's interesting, and I think it has a lot of potential to be able to go very far. So I'm just going to quickly turn the sound down a little bit. There we go, I'll do. Yeah, so the concept of this build is to try and use Meteor as much as possible. Sorry, Black Hole and Meteor together in conjunction with each other to be able to do maximum damage. Now, I'll just give you a demonstration. This is only in T1. The reason being I am missing a few items to this build. For example, things like I need a Sodge, and maybe I'm thinking going for Syndicate, which I haven't got yet, so I do need to get that as well, which is one of the main things that I'm thinking about having. So I'm just going to show you quickly how this build works. Dead easy to kill mobs. I can do this T2, and I can sort of T3. More with with friends, I suppose. I can't really T3 on my own until I get a few more items that I really need. Now the concept of this is trying to be able to use Meteor as much as you can. Obviously, Meteor with Molten Impact has a 15-second cooldown, so trying to get that down is the idea of this. Now I will go through the skills and stuff once you see how this works, and you'll see how much damage they do. 35 million crits. Obviously that's using Black Hole with increased damage. Let's try and find an elite pack, and once I find that I will show you how it works. There's never one around when you need one, is there? Oh, there we go, this will do. I'll clear out these. Right, so the concept is obviously being able to do mass damage to them. Without a Sodge, unfortunately, I don't do as much damage as I want to. But as you can see, nice and easy to be able to actually kill them with not any problems at all. Okay, so that's how the build works, and I'll just quickly show you what the skills in that are. So made it back, so I'm going to go through the sort of skills that I use personally for this. Things can be changed in this build, which is quite what I like about it. It doesn't have to be 100%. Now, your main damage dealer, or your big damage dealer, is going to be Meteor with Mortal Impact. However, Wave Force, Heat Wave is going to be your backup damage when your Meteor is on cooldown. So using Heat Wave, so Wave of Force with Heat Wave is your best option here. I am scaling fire damage, so that's what I'm going to go for. Obviously, if you're playing whatever, then you follow that, but if you're playing this Meteor build, then obviously take Heat Wave with fire damage, and then to go in contact with that, have Molten Impact. Obviously Meteor with Molten Impact. Now I know some people have been taking Meteor Shower and playing it that way. However, the mana costs are extremely high, and you do need quite a lot to be able to maintain this. I also think having only the 228 weapon damage is pretty shit. I know it's 7 meteors, but it's a good chance that not all 7 meteors are going to hit in one place, so I'll go for Molten Impact anyway. So we've also gone for Spectral Blade. Now you can with this, where is it? Sorry, I have gone with Flame Blades. Now the only reason this is it increases my damage by 1%. So all my fire does 1% more damage, which is insanely high when you start adding about 20. I think you can get about 25 maximum blades before it starts deteriorating, which is, I think, is brilliant. But you can also go for barrier blades if you're getting up all close and stuff. And this is good just to keep you alive, I suppose. Now on T3 sort of thing, I'm sort of mixed between using these, because obviously it does keep you alive a little bit longer. So that will be obviously your primary or your resource generator when you need it. and obviously heat wave and meteor as you do damage dealers. Now meteor goes in contact with black hole to make sure you actually hit with full impact. Now you could use Blazer, which obviously does a lot more damage than actual black hole itself. However, with spell steal, you're obviously getting 3% per mob, so it stacks nicely, especially with your flame blade. So obviously you can have up to 30-40% increased damage just off using black hole with flame blades. I think that's the way to use it. Obviously, suck him in, drop your meteor, use wave force, all at the same time. Obviously, magic weapon, force weapon. I think nearly every wizard has this. It's pretty standard. Now there is, could I have been playing on higher tiers? Now you can play pinpoint barrier for the 5% crit chance. However, I don't really need crit chance at the minute. I think my crit chance is quite high, 55.5%, so I don't need it. So I could take a different one. I've gone for the increased resistance and increased armor. I could take ice armor, and take like frozen storm or whatever, or you know, loads of different ones. I could proc it with another damage dealer, but I'm quite happy with energy armor at the minute. It is using me quite well. However, it does lower my arcane, so you know, I'm thinking about changing it, but for now it's doing me quite well. So another one that most wizards will probably use is glass cannon. So because I have prismatic armor on, this makes no difference. It's just increased 15%. I have obviously a 20% cooldown reduction, which is perfect for this build and as much cooldown reduction as I can get. I am missing some pieces, but I'll explain that as I'm going. Obviously dominance, which is fantastic. It's just the one that keeps you alive. The faster you kill, the longer you stay alive, especially when you're in a group of 4. This normally will stay stacked at around 10 with not many problems. And then just in case you do get fucked over by something, this is just to keep you alive that one little bit longer if you do get stuck. The only reason I do take this is because I don't have any escape. I don't have teleport or anything like that, so the only thing I can use is black hole to sort of move them out of the way. So this is just my lifeline. If you are really strong and well geared, you could take audacity and obviously have the 15% extra damage for close range because you are getting quite close to him. Or you could take cold blooded if you're going to take the cold chilling armor with the aura, just to have the damage stack on itself, which sort of makes sense in its own way. So my damage by no means is like perfect, and my items are nowhere near perfect either. This is with force weapon. Unfortunately, I've already put it on. So that's 1.1 million. So 4.9 toughness. That's stacking okay-ish resistances. They are quite low compared to what they really should be. I have forced some of got rid of some of that. So that's about my stats. I'll just scroll down so you can have a look at them yourselves. Okay, so I'll just go through the gear I'm using and what I need to change. So you've got an idea. You don't really need attack speed with this build in particular. It's more for flat straight damage. So I've gone for obviously Reaper wraps. Now my items are nowhere near like the best it can be, so I do need to re-roll and make new ones, but you'll get the concept of how this works. So obviously you need this to keep your prime source up. If you do have a syndicate, you could probably use something different, but this is probably one of your best items for most resource users or high resource users. This is the way to go. So that's Reaper wraps. Obviously takes scaling fire damage, and obviously Mage fists, which is obviously scaling fire damage, which is obviously how it wants to roll. Now I do have 9% crit chance in there. I could take crit hit damage, which would probably be more, which would probably be better for me. So I'll probably re-roll that again. I think I just took that because it's what rolled at the time, and I ran out. I think I ran out of materials. So yeah, that wasn't helpful at all. So as of my shoulders, I've just got Death Watch Mantle. I like the 200% damage, just because you're close, and you're that close to him that you can you can take the hits. When you take the hits, you do reflect some damage back, which I think is a nice little feature. Now, Archmages are not really that good for me in particular. Only reason being, it's just I don't really use the mirror images. I just got this because it's one of the better ones I've found. Unfortunately, my gear is no by means like any good, so it's just the concept of how it works. So obviously my amulet, just crit hit damage and crit hit chance with intel and vitality, which makes sense, I suppose. And then I've got Hellcat's waistguard. I could do with changing this, but I do like the 5% increase to elites, which is somewhat helpful. Why I don't have a Sodge, which obviously I have a Unity to like help me out for now. And I've got some rerolling to do on that as well, but for now that will do. So I have a trifecta, just because, well, it was useful for the time. I don't need the increased attack speed, so I do need to change it. But why I've got this, I'll just keep using it. Doesn't bother me. So I've got hammer jammers. I am going to change this and my boots. I am going to change them to captain. Is it captains? Yeah, Captain Crimson waders, and I think you can get the pants as well, or I could be mistaken. If I can find pants, yeah. So I'm going to take the captain's set because I do want the 10% reduced cooldowns, but obviously for obvious reasons, makes sense. Obviously I need to get that down as low as possible. So that's them two, and then for my weapon I have got a Thunder Fury. Not by no means is it high DPS, but it is useful for what I need it to be, so I'm quite happy with this. And then I do have a Firebird 2-piece just for the 500 in. Now I am thinking about doing the 6-piece just because of 300 extra weapon damage over 5 seconds when dealing fire damage. It could be very useful, so I am thinking about using that. So that's pretty much all the items I've gone through. They're by no means perfect, but you do notice that I am trying to get cooldown reduction. I am only on 36%. I want to get to about 50% cooldown reduction, which is possible, which is easily possible. I just need to get the right sort of items. Obviously when I get the captain's set, that'll put it straight to 46%, so I'll pretty much be there anyway. I just need to get some good rolls on it to be able to actually make them effective to use. So then I'll be looking at about 7.5 seconds on that. So with the 3 seconds over time, you're only looking at about 4 seconds, and that's obviously going to be about 6 seconds. With I think it's about so over 2 seconds. You're probably looking at about 4 seconds on each. So every 4 seconds you'll be able to cast Black Hole and Meteor, which is massive DPS. When you think that that's critting for about 35 million, which is nice. And obviously keeping the Black Hole to keep away from me. So so for the Paragons, now I am going to have a play with these because I'm not sure if I'm where I need to be at the minute. Now I have got maximum Archon power, that makes up for my energy shield loss. The reason being, until I get something like a Cinder Coat, this is like sort of a must, because I do use resource very quickly. So this is to counteract it. I will obviously change. I'll probably go for int, or when I get rid of my hammer jammers, which give me 12% move speed, I could do the move speed if I need it. So I'll just keep that in sort of flux, and depend on when I get some more levels, I'll obviously be able to do more than one. So in my offense, I've sort of gone for a bit of everything at the minute until I can get some more cooldown reduction. I will be maxing that out, so lose the damage. Once I get my captain's set, I'll be able to put all my points into that, and I'll probably be hitting my 50%, which I'll look for. I'll just get rid of these, and I'll pretty much have my straight 50%, which will be fantastic. Then obviously when I get enough points, like, I can just keep filling them out. In defense, I've just gone for life regeneration, 1% in armor. I don't really know why, it's not really that useful. More life regeneration. I could probably put some in all resist, because my all resist is quite low. I could probably do it that way and put some in there, but for now it doesn't matter too much. And then for this, I've gone for resource reduction, and I'll probably max that one out first, and then I've gone for area damage. Obviously more area damage, the better, really. So you've seen how it works, and obviously when I get a couple more items, maybe a cinder coat, a sodge, a captain's set, then obviously I'll change this, change my shoulders into a firebirds, so give me the 500 int, which is important. Now the one thing I was going to say, I forgot to mention, with my firebirds, I have to firebirds source, reason being it scales fire damage up to 20%, yeah, that's right, up to 20%. So this is quite important. Unfortunately, it did roll quite low, really. I could have done with maybe some more like black hole change or something like that, but I did manage to get maximum 10% crit chance, so that's nice. But yeah, the reason to take this is because of the 20%, so that's obviously how you want to scale it. And with a few more items, my build should be working quite nice. I should be able to do T2 with, well, I can do T2 anyway, but I should be able to do it with with ease, like I can on this, and maybe even T3 once I've got enough reduction to be able to pile out enough damage, especially against elites. That's the main problem, elites at the minute. So I hope you've enjoyed this little build. I suppose it's only an idea of what it'll look like, well, or what it could look like in the near future anyway, once this build's sort of complete. Let me know what you think, and any ideas of items, or maybe even a skill change that I could possibly use, and what things I could use differently. I'm open to ideas. This game's for the community, not just for one person. But of course, if you want to use this build, go and give it a try. It is great fun. I've been using it for a little while now, and it's done me proud. So, well, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you hope you enjoyed my return. And I'm going to try and keep on top of making some videos. And yeah, and I'll see you next time for some more gaming videos.